Hello and welcome back to Salt Lake City for the final round of the Boulder World Cup. It's time for the women to perform. We're in the TC. My name is Matt Groom and I'm joined by Alex Honnold. How you doing, Alex?
I'm great. Doing another night. Pretty exciting.
Exactly. Last night we were on watching the men compete, get their medals. It's time for the women to perform, and as you can see in the background, some massive boulders, which we will chat about in a bit. But first of all, temperature. It's cold in here. It's 10 degrees. It's snowing outside, so good conditions for the athletes. 50% humidity, so nothing to really affect them. And yeah, Alex, some big boulders out there on the wall. Coordination, power, a bit of everything.
Yeah, a bit of everything. I suppose with 4 boulders, they're always trying to test all their skills.
Absolutely. Well, we had a packed day yesterday. Men's semi-final and final, and the speed competition, so you can go back and watch those. And tonight it's the women's turn. And in a minute we're going to catch up and find out how they got to this stage in the semi-final highlights. But first of all, let's look at the calendar. We're moving quickly through the season already. It's a shorter season this year because of the Olympics. And Innsbruck coming up, then Chamonix, that classic venue with the beautiful mountains surrounding it. We drive south after that to Briançon, more mountains. Koper for their home World Cup on that new wall, Prague, and then Seoul. Right, well, let's find out how the athletes got to this stage and check out the semi-finals highlights from earlier on this morning. The women's semi-final was a cagey round, with tops only really coming in the second half. We saw lots of slips and falls along the way, with the athletes battling technical and powerful boulders, requiring full focus. France's Nalle Migan made it easily to the zone on the final slab, and then had to drive through the next sequence. She trusted her feet and fingers to get it done in 3 attempts and move into finals. Oceana McKenzie is also into the finals in 5th place. She got 2 tops and zones on the other boulders, but was particularly impressed. The women's semi-final was a cagey round, with top sequence required lots of body tension as she manoeuvred her feet into the correct position to make a final lunge to the top. Finals for her. Mao Nakamura hasn't competed since 2022 before this season, but she's back with a bang and makes it into finals in 3rd. She showed great composure on the final slab, trusting her instincts on that last move. Oriane Berton launched her way across the first climb before having to solve the last few moves that again caused difficulties for many of the athletes. She trusted her heel, rocked up on it and stood up tall to make the last match. Natalia Grossman will climb last in the finals, qualifying in the top spot. She picked up a knee tweak on the first climb, so we hope she'll be okay, and she had to dig deep, eventually sending all 4 boulders and is way out in front. So there we go. We've got just 6 athletes making it through to here. And we need to talk about knees briefly, because Alex, you called it with Natalia Grossman's little knee tweak on that first boulder. And she is still limping around back there, so something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, hopefully she's not actually injured, but she definitely looked like she hurt something on the first go. And then, I mean, just in the highlight reel, you could see her grimacing when she landed off problem 3.
Yeah, it's something definitely that she's managing, and also hurting her knee is Nalle Migan, who is in her first ever finals. And yeah, similar injury on the same problem. So you'll see her heavily taped up. Obviously, the physios have made a decision with the athletes that they are okay to compete. And we can see there Nalle running on with that bad knee. And it's a shame for her because she's come back from a knee injury, which took taken her out of competition climbing for a couple of years. So not what you want to see. But Rabatou, there's Oceana McKenzie. Brooke joining her in the middle, looking pretty relaxed out there. And then that is Mao Nakamura. Oriane Berton, of course. And then finally, Natalia will come on. She qualified in the top spot, 4 out of 4. Doesn't look like that injury is affecting her too much. Big smile on her face. Right, Alex, you actually we won't give this away too much, but one of these boulders you tried earlier on today.
I did. I tried my hand at one of the women's finals boulders, and actually I hurt myself as well. My shin is still throbbing. I slid down off a volume and cracked my shin so hard, and it gave me a much greater respect for what the competitors are facing out there.
It was an amazing moment, actually, and you can watch that on the Climbing Club. It's on YouTube. It'll be out tomorrow. And subscribe while you're there, because we're bringing you daily content with interviews, behind-the-scenes stuff, talk with route setters, and, of course, all of the highlights. And we are a couple of minutes away here. Alex, on paper, Natalia Grossman is out in front on this. I mean, she was clearly levels above during the semi-final.
That's certainly how it looked, but you just never know, because all it takes, it seems, is not misreading one problem, not topping one problem. I mean, it's always pretty open right up until the last problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we saw last night in the men's. I mean, we won't give away, don't worry, people watching at home, you haven't seen it, unless it's particularly relevant. But yeah, it all came down to the last boulder there as well. And Alex, that's your boulder. We can see women's 4 there.
Though my boulder has been significantly modified since when I was trying it, because I actually found a cheater way to do it that the route setters hadn't anticipated, which I couldn't be more proud of.
It was amazing. You got to watch it on the Climbing Club for the full story. Right, this happened just before the athletes were before we came on air. The observation period. And Alex, again, for people who don't know what is going on here, what are the athletes doing?
Yeah, so the athletes are congregated, talking through the beta. They're basically trying to figure out the best solution for these boulder problems. It's normally pretty collective. You know, they're all sharing beta. They're all sharing ideas. Something that we were talking about yesterday that I feel like we never really think about that much is just how they partition by language. In this case, most of the athletes probably speak English, and so they're probably mostly speaking English. But you just never really know. With 2 French athletes, 1 Japanese athlete, and then 3 English-speaking athletes. Like, who knows? But that's probably part of the reason you see him pantomiming so much. Because some of the athletes are like, what do you mean by that? What do you think you're going to grab? Which direction? and I have to say that, you know, we got talked through some of these boulders ahead of time, so we have some sense of how they're supposed to be climbed. But even when someone tells you how it's supposed to be done, it's hard to understand some of the time because the moves are very cryptic. It's pretty counterintuitive sometimes.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. And also, just because the setters have told us what the preferred beta is, the athletes don't always follow that, and they don't have to.
If we learned anything from the men's finals, it's that you can just throw the plan right in the trash because somebody's going to do it completely differently.
I like that. I'm sure the setters would like that idea, but yep, I hear you.
I mean, setting must be such a difficult job with these comps because the athletes are so far beyond. I mean, you know, they're right at the limits of what any human has ever done rock climbing, basically. So how can you really anticipate what they're capable of?
Exactly. It's such a tricky job. And we say it's hard often, but it really is. I mean, they were working way past 2 in the morning last night to get this all sorted out. So, yeah.
And then it seemed like they were frantically working right up until the women were in isolation.
You broke the boulder,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. I gave them a little extra work right at the end there.
Their faces was very amusing when that happened.
Honestly, I felt bad. They look kind of upset. Well, but they look so tired right now, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the end of a long weekend for them, and they've just been going so hard. Their skin's trashed, their bodies are wrecked. I mean, yeah, because they're not only doing the climbs, you know, they're also just lifting these really heavy volumes up and down and moving ladders and moving drills and, you know, picking up all the debris afterward and cleaning up. It's just a tremendous amount of work. Like, look how big those holes are. Like, look at that volume. I bet it took 3 of them to lift that up.
It's massive, isn't it? Yeah, big, expensive holes on the wall. And this wall is one we're used to seeing. It's usually in the park a couple of blocks away. They moved it into the TC, mainly for weather reasons. And today it's snowing outside. So
that's really living up to the expectations right there. Good thing it's indoors because it is snowing like crazy outside.
Yeah, whoever made that decision is so happy right now.
Yeah.
They're totally
so
justified.
validated.
Yeah. Well, I think we're almost ready to get underway. 4 minutes will be on the clock. The athletes will come out one at a time to try to climb the boulder. The scoring is pretty simple. You start at the bottom, you finish at the top. There's a zone hold along the way. The quicker you climb the boulder, in terms of how many attempts you take, the better it is. Now let's have a little look at our 3D render of boulder number 1. Do remember this changes a little bit. We scanned it a couple of days ago, and the setters, as we discussed, do change things, so it can be a bit different. But Alex, pure power on this one.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the power problem. Overhanging, muscular. It's kind of nice to see them doing that as boulder 1 because it means that all the women will be able to just deploy full strength. There's no fatigue involved in this, except for the fact that they did semifinals already. But this one is a bit of a maze in a way. There are a lot of holds. We'll see how they try to use them.
Yeah, and there's a few changes. For example, down at the bottom, there's a jib that's been added to one of the black volumes.
So actually, the main concept of that boulder seems the same.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
adding 1 foothold here or there doesn't really change too much compared to the big picture.
Absolutely.
And here we go.
Yes, we're underway. Nelly comes onto the stage. She tweaked her knee, as you can see, and it's not a great injury. Her coach said that she was struggling to
But
walk
she's
earlier
moving
on.
nicely.
Yeah, much better now, I think.
Maybe they just hit her with a bunch of pain meds.
Yes.
It's starting to become like other mainstream sports. Like the NFL is sort of notorious for. Oh
Yeah.
wow, she navigated that bottom with ease.
Yeah, now that's the jib that was added with her right foot. Makes the match. But really, this boulder's about the next sequence.
They're looking really strong.
She is, isn't she? Wow. I mean, she is this strong. We just haven't seen her for a couple of years. Out to the sloper, but this
Really
is
solid.
the move.
No, easy. Just trivial.
Wow.
I almost started applauding.
You can.
Well, that looked downright easy for her.
It did, didn't it? Well,
Well,
and
that's
this,
got to set her off very well. Real boost to confidence right there.
yeah, and this is where we wonder whether, obviously the initial thought was maybe the route set has undercooked it, made it a bit too easy, but
Or she's a power climber and she just bossed it.
exactly.
We'll just see.
It was so easy.
I mean,
wasn't it?
looking at it in person, it didn't look very easy. So I think that watching her do this doesn't quite do justice to how steep and challenging this really is. But on the other hand, in all the rounds that we've watched so far, it's rare to see a competitor do something first try, first go. And so, like, maybe it is a little undercooked. Maybe it's a little easy. We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
If the other 5 women all do a first go, then maybe it was a little too soft.
Exactly. And we can talk about the pressure that causes later on as well. Well, this is how she did it. Got the heel in, reached up. Pretty easy match eventually. A
Yeah,
little
honestly, the
flick.
heel method looked great.
Yeah.
Like, that all looked good. When we were looking at it before, it didn't seem like it'd be that easy.
No, not at all. Now, Osh McKenzie is a power climber, so she also might find this fairly straightforward.
But she
right?
looks slightly taller, and so there's a chance that she doesn't fit in the box the same way. That the heel might feel a little too close or whatever. But we'll see. I mean, really, all you can do is see how it looks for him.
Yeah, let's find out. Well, she's going to go underneath. I think there's a jib under there. Returns to the toe
Gets the
hook.
toe hook back. Solid. Really solid.
Straight in with that right toe as well, high up.
Yeah, looking very composed. Oh, wow. It's interesting because the French woman matched that hold.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
It's kind of
okay.
feet first almost through here.
Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah, she was
Bringing it back.
10th in China, so this is an improvement from the opening comp of the year for her.
Solid. Let's see if she can find that heel. Oh, maybe she doesn't want it.
Well, the toe is where the set has expected
Solid.
it. Oh, just made it work.
Oh, really good. Totally different way, but that's so interesting. They both managed to do it, but they did sort of importantly different things
Yes.
between the heel and the toe. And size differences, personal preference, but they both found their way.
Yeah, I think the size difference made it look a little bit more awkward for her. So shake of her head, she leaves the stage.
Interestingly, so the sad news with this commentary is that I have to leave before the end. So I thought that I was going to miss the very end of the comp, but honestly, if they keep flashing, I won't miss it because they each have just shaved 3 minutes off the clock. So just like that, I made it 6 minutes closer to finals. So let's hope that all the problems are kind of easy.
Yeah, but maybe for the setters in the IFSC that they might not share your opinion on that one.
Well,
But,
you know,
yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Hey, I'm neutral.
Yeah.
Okay, Rapidoo runs onto the stage, and the reaction for the crowd, as expected, is big. She's a bit of a hero for them.
Yeah, Brooke is hoping to qualify for the Olympics over the next couple of weeks. So this comp is maybe a tune-up for her. I haven't talked to her or her coaches, so I have no idea. I'm just speculating, but presumably this is a way for her to sort of tune up before her main comp over the next 2 weeks. What's the OQS?
Yes, OQS next, and Josh, for example, the head coach, is flying Saturday. So yes, this is kind of last chance time.
Yeah, like she can't make a whole lot of changes between now and Saturday.
No. So getting into
double
finals
toe
is
hooks.
good.
That's a tough position.
Brooke is so good at those kind of moves. Double toes, double heels. She's incredible.
And moving past that zone with ease. And it's interesting because you see her holding that as a kind of casual half crimp.
She wants a heel where her hand is here. Yeah, she's healing the zone. Wow.
Well, when you're a boss, you just do what bosses do.
She annoys setters because she has that ability to do it, and they don't see it.
That is just solid.
Easy stuff
You
so
can hear her
far.
feet squeaking on those no-tex volumes. Or no-tex slopers, I suppose, but just so solid with the heel. Easy.
And again,
Winning smile.
yeah, and a different style again.
If they keep it up like this, I'm going to get to see the final. I'm excited.
We could
Way
just
to go, women.
Well, there's some tricky
That was
things to
interesting.
come.
I will say, of the three of them, she made that look the easiest.
Yeah, she did.
But-
Cruising. But that heel's wild because it's a tiny hold.
I know that's such a small hold. I can't believe she. Well, though, I mean, she still lost the heel, but it's impressive that she kept it on like that.
Well, that's 3 out of 3, and now we can talk about pressure because the athletes waiting backstage will know that the other people are flashing it, and they don't like that because it means that it's a
That they
fairly
have
easy
to
bowl.
flash it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So the mind games start now for Mao as she runs out, but the smile on her face has not left her since qualification. She's having such a good time.
I always wonder about that. You know, you see that with competitive gymnasts and things as well, with the smiles just plastered on. Are they having a good time, or have they just trained that as sort of part of the process?
It's a tactic they use. It's kind of that fake it till you make it thing. And Natalia started it, really, and then people have copied it. I'm not sure she...
On the other hand, it is easy to be happy and smiling when you're just dominating. You know, it's like when you're like, look how easily she just moved past the zone. It's like, yeah, that's why she's smiling. She's incredible.
Yeah, she's cruising right now. I like the pink
They
tape.
look so relaxed on
matching
these
as well.
holds. Oh, wow. And she's just crossing. Totally different method again.
She's going to have to get a foot on, though, to steady this, yeah.
Okay. Sometimes when you do new methods, they don't work.
All right, well, she will reset. First athlete to slip. Still the smile on her face, though. And
Which
yes,
is crazy because that's only 45 seconds in. She basically unlocked the problem, and she's doing great. It's just that the other women really put the pressure on by getting to the top first try.
yeah, she needs to get that right foot engaged somehow. You can see her struggling with it. I think it was just a bit too stretched out to cut.
I think that cross is kind of vulnerable because when you let go, when you bring the left hand around, your whole body's going to unwind, and it's going to be kind of crazy. Whereas all the other women led left hand into the shoulder, and then she's looking happy.
So far, the same. A little smoother, though.
One of the things I look at with competitors is how they hold the holds, whether it's open or full crimp. And you notice that so far, oh, wow, that seemed like a really bad method.
Yeah, to hold that sloper in that sort of dynamic style.
Yeah, I mean, considering everyone else has kept their feet on in different ways, I mean, there are at least 2 or 3 different ways to keep your feet on there. It seems like she should employ one of them. But I was saying, looking at the way they hold the holds, you can kind of tell just how much strength they have to spare. You know, and so, like, Brooke had it's just kind of a half crimp, but just never, you know, if you see someone's hand is fully closed and they're crimping it as hard as they can, you're like, okay, they're exerting everything they have to hold on to that.
Yeah.
And a lot of these, they're just not trying their hardest to hold on. You're just like, oh, you know, and that's not a good hold. And they're just taking it in a pretty relaxed grip.
Yeah, I mean, putting crimps on a wall is always tricky because the athletes are just too strong for them. You know, you have to put a few tricks in, a little.
Yeah,
to
the
unsettle
complicated
it.
movements.
Yeah. So Mao will go again. 1 minute 44. She's got lots of time. Third attempt on this.
Yeah, each attempt has only been taking her 20 seconds.
Now she's done a few different ways through. What's she going to stick with here? We don't think the match is going to work. She's got to put her foot on.
Oh, doing the Brooke heel.
Oh,
Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, she's doing exactly. Wow. And this is another example of the competitor solving a problem so quickly.
yeah, she figured it out. One
Yeah,
move
she-
away now. Yes, the match.
Just hanging, delighted. Look at her. She might be my new favorite competitor. She's so happy. She genuinely seemed thrilled by that.
Yeah.
The fact that she just dangled from the one arm so she could hang there and revel in the fact that she's on the top, like, that's cool. Good for her, that's style.
Yeah, good work for the Japanese athlete. She leaves. She's 25, so she's been around, done. She was 11th in China, and before that, hasn't competed since 2022, so been away for a while.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know about her exactly. I think I think it was just a selection issue with the Japanese squad.
Yeah, I feel like there's always a lot that we can't know about through the various federations and all the drama and politics
The
and who gets
politics,
selected for
yeah.
what, because there are a finite number of people who are selected for the teams, and you just never quite know. And each country has its own federation, its own set of drama going on, which I have to say I'm thankful that I'm not privy to.
Yeah, I hear a lot of gossip.
Yeah.
Right, Oriane Berton is a member of the French team, and she's solidly in the French team. Qualified for the Olympics in Laval. Loves her power boulders and slab, so I think she's going to enjoy this set here.
No, this is far from a slab, considering it's wildly overhanging.
This thing,
but
But the power she has is crazy.
Yeah, no, this looks, she's making short work. Everybody's made it to the zone in about 8 seconds.
She's got a heel in underneath.
Wow, that's different, yeah. Interesting. I don't think this is a great way, but I think she's going to make it work anyway. Wow, solid.
Yeah, she had to make the
double
adjustment.
heel. Double heel.
Yeah, I think there's a toe in underneath now. It was a heel. Now she's got
really,
two toes.
really smooth transition. Switching from the heel to the toe like that is not easy.
No. Yeah, I know what you mean, because with that heel in underneath, she'd thrown into the match. I think she would have peeled off. She had to get that toe, the right toe flicked around to do that. And she adjusted the hands as well on the blue.
Yeah, but she didn't quite. I suspect that she will have sorted this out on her next try.
Yeah, I think so. Her coach in the background, you can see him watching on.
You see on her first attempt, she had her left hand kind of in the middle, and when she tried to cross above it, there wasn't quite the space she wanted. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes, she just leaves a little more space, like hits it lower with the left hand and makes more space for the right, you know. I bet she just learned a bunch of things. We'll see. We'll see.
So you're getting into this now. Now you've climbed a comp boulder, you're like, this is it. It's time.
Well, actually, really, I think what I'm getting into is seeing how quickly the competitors solve the problems. They just, you know, they try one thing, and they're like, okay, this is my way, and then they execute.
Yeah.
It's really an impressive degree of execution.
It is, and Oriane's been one of those climbers who always, that's her coach there, looking on nervously. Yeah, Oriane's a very instinctive climber. Like, she trusts her gut, and if she overthinks it, that's when it tends to go wrong with her.
Interesting. Like, she's an intuitive climber.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when she won in Prague last year, I met her just before, and she was like, "Oh, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I feel terrible, I'm just going to do badly," and didn't care and won the thing, you know. And it's
that's a common theme for climbers, especially with outdoor climbing performance. You know, people are like, "Last go, best go." Like, the sun was setting, I had no expectations, I just went up for fitness, I just tried my best, and lo and behold, that's not my project.
That's so true, yeah.
Probably less of a thing in competition climbing, but you never know actually, because we're kind of seeing that there's so much drama within the comps with people getting little tweaks and little injuries, and you know, at any given time someone is surely experiencing some kind of illness or, you know, food poisoning or something.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so many competitors, like somebody is going through something at any given time.
Yeah, absolutely. How has it been for you with the atmosphere? Because it's a strange one, isn't it? Because it dips during the day and then suddenly builds up to this moment, and it's very intense by the time we get to the finals here.
Oh no, I mean, I've never experienced the live setting like this with so many people packed into the arena. You know, I mean, we don't want to overstate it because it is kind of an empty warehouse, but there are a lot of very enthusiastic climbers, and I've been climbing at a climbing gym across the street from this facility while we've been here, and I've been shocked how many people have traveled here to watch this comp from all over, well, all over the world, obviously, with the competitors, but from all over the U.S. just to watch as fans.
Yeah, it's a special event for Salt Lake, and she has slightly changed this beater now.
She wasn't using the heel, it's way faster. Look how smooth that was.
His toe's hard though, makes the match just. She's putting so much pressure through that right toe.
Yeah, she switched the hands better. Look at that. Solved all the problems with her first go.
Should be in now. Yeah.
I'm going to say I called that one.
You did.
I really thought she was going to execute
good at this now.
Yeah. And she used her whole time. She rested well. I mean, that's savvy.
Yeah. Quality climbing from Oriane.
Yeah.
She leaves there. Fist bumps all around.
I didn't know that Jason Statham coached rock climbing.
Yeah, he does. It's very good.
That's cool.
He's left Hollywood behind.
I suppose we get. I'll quit.
He's a very scary man. You're leaving, so you have to deal with it.
Yeah. There's a pretty good chance that she could win, in which case you're going to have to talk to him.
Oh, gosh.
You can apologize for me.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate that. Well, that was Oriane's fist shake at the top. Gets it done. Right, final climb, Natalia Grossman is out. She's changed the strapping on her leg a little bit, but it's a concern, but doesn't seem to be moving too badly on it.
Yeah, honestly, she's walking well.
Yeah.
But this problem does have a couple right heels. It's unfortunate that it's her right heel. And that's the kind of luck of the draw sort of thing that you just never really know with competitions.
It was slightly premature there.
Yeah. You know, when you're overpsyched, you just walk up and start climbing until the judge yells at you.
Yeah. And they do yell, they really do.
Well, as they should, because they want you to, you need to be sure that the competitor heard you.
Absolutely. Well, she had a look for the toes, found them quickly. Does that reverse grip thing with the thumbs.
Probably
Oriane
learned
did.
it from Jan-Luca.
Yeah.
Was his name in the men's finals with his incredible maneuver.
She's got interesting toes in underneath.
Also made short work to the zone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Avoiding that right knee, which is interesting.
Yeah, we'll see if this is actually... Oh, wow.
Again, she's avoiding it.
Wow, that is incredible mobility. I mean, she's brought her foot up through her hands. Wow. Now she's using the knee because she has to, but
But Britain is on a good hold and grimacing a bit,
No,
but she
well,
gets it done. Maybe
and
smiling.
Yeah, maybe smiling. Hard to say.
Yeah.
But either way, that was a real display of. I mean, she's not landing on the leg, so.
No, I think she's a bit injured with that, and she avoided using the savage heel hooks.
Yeah.
But it was
that
good.
was amazing that she did a totally different way to only favor the left leg. When you have enough of a reserve of strength that you can sort of choose interesting new ways, that's pretty impressive. I mean, what is that? She literally did hand-foot matches on both sides.
Yeah.
She's just showing off.
She is, and
Makes
she
me
should.
feel sick. It's super impressive. That kind of maneuver is really hard, though, bringing your foot up in between your hands that close. It's just, because often that pushes your whole body away from the wall, and yet she still just hung there, no problem.
Are you going to use this as inspiration when your next free solo? You're going to put your heel where your hand is?
Dude, every time we joke about free soloing with the comp problems, all I can think of is Mission Impossible.
Yes, that's true.
That's literally the only time the free soloing has ever been depicted in this manner.
Well, Natalia Grayson is leading the way due to count back, although there are flashes all round. She's in the top spot, followed by Brooke Rabatu, Oceane McKenzie, Natalie Megan, Oriane Berton after that. So we flick from Boulder 1 to Boulder 2. Now this is massive. If we're talking about long boulders, stretches.
Yeah, this is so far. How many panels is this? One, 3?
Yeah, 3 full ones. But the setter said to me, look, it looks long, but it's actually basically 2 sequences, because it's 2 running jumps from the start to the zone. That's the zone there, and then you stand up.
But that doesn't do justice, because each one of these holds is bigger than a human body size. I mean, like that second volume right there, like you could live inside that.
Yeah.
You know, if you were climbing a Himalayan mountain, you would camp on that volume.
This is why I don't climb Himalayan mountains. It's miserable.
Like 2 guys would be sitting on that in their harnesses all night, shivering, holding each other.
You're not selling.
Like that's the Bibby ledge right there.
All right, now they runs on. She's the athlete who was so strong. She won in Veronic in the youth, then got an injury, then dropped out the sort of Olympic rotation, but now is back. And more boulder specialist.
Just jumps right on.
Straight in.
No hesitation. Here she goes. Oh, interesting. She didn't try to go straight into the corner. She tried to stop on the red.
I think she lost a bit of momentum, and that was trying to almost save herself.
Maybe. I don't know. It looked like she was trying to stop on it, like a pommel horse or something.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Possibly. But
we'll see what her next try is. This is this type of coordination boulder is something that the competitors can just rapid fire over and over, because it's not that physically taxing. Yeah, that was very close.
Smile, she knows, eh?
Yeah, she felt that. She's like, well, that's the way.
Yeah, there we go. So 3 minutes 20 on the clock. Shaking out those
4 minutes goes by awfully quickly when you're trying to unlock a whole problem like this.
Except if it's the first move of a slab problem, they can't do it. Then time stands still.
When they can't get off the ground.
Yes,
is that the most frustrating and slightly embarrassing thing in the world?
I've seen a few of those.
Yeah.
You do run out of things to say. All right, she's starting this rock. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, solid. Another classic example of the problem solving.
Now face down, she's got to be careful. Stands up into a good zone hold so she can reset here and into the second of the coordination moves.
And this is where you can really tell that they've talked these problems through, and she's already visualized it. She already has a plan, because she's not hesitating at all. She just goes right around the corner and goes straight to the next problem. Like she already knows what she's trying to do.
Ooh, bit of a slip there. She kicked off better now. Oh, missed the middle hold.
That was smart. That was good.
Where has this lady been? It's incredible how strong she is, and look at that. Oh. I mean, look, as coaches, if you've watched an athlete get a savage injury and then have to battle back, it must be so emotional to see them perform well.
Yeah, no, that's especially doing a problem like that with a knee injury. It's got to be so scary, because she's just wildly flying out of control. Well, it's interesting that she skipped the second to last hold and just went right to the end.
Flew, didn't
It does make me wonder if these problems are slightly half-baked. But we'll see how everybody else does on this. But, you know, it could be one of those examples where the setters start to get worked and everything feels hard.
Yep.
Whereas the competitors just don't get worked because they're superhuman.
Yeah. I mean, it's an endless debate, this one. And, you know, the margins between putting on an amazing show and it being too easy is so fine.
Totally.
So we'll see her. Oceane McKenzie, 21. One of the taller competitors here. Qualified for the Olympics.
Let's see what she does. She just reaches the start hold.
Yeah. She gets this wind up going. That left leg will flick back, drives herself forwards towards the corner.
Had the right idea, but just didn't quite nail it, which is not surprising, because this is such a complex move that realistically probably none of these competitors have ever quite done something exactly like this, and so there's always going to be some degree of learning.
Oh,
that was it. second go much better.
Yeah, it's interesting that twist you have to cap. It's quite palm intensive, like forearm intensive.
I mean, also,
like that.
yeah, landing like that is all pushing muscles, which climbers don't normally train that much. I mean, this is a slightly insecure position. Oh, she really slowed it down. That was nice. That was great.
Yeah, that's a good thing. To slow down a run like that, you have to think outside the box a bit. Right, slope and match to come. It's a bit blind. She hits it with the left hand easy. Love that down shot from the top of the wall.
Yeah, I suspect that she'll just try to skip that penultimate hold as well, but we'll see.
Or
maybe she'll just go static. Yeah, since she's got the height for it. But interesting. She tried to use the penultimate hold, and it kind of stymied her, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. And the problem with two run and jump moves like this is you've learnt the first one, and then you've got to redo it and repeat it to get into the second. Although it's not that tiring, it does.
She still has half her time, and she seems like she's probably mostly figured it out.
Yeah, I think so. 2:20 on the clock.
And she must know that the last hold is pretty good, so it's tantalizingly close.
Yeah. I wonder if Natalie just did that instinctively. I mean, we won't know until we talk to her, but missing penultimate hold, to see. Will she slow this down again?
I bet she will.
Yeah.
Oh, try to slow it down too much.
You had to find momentum where there wasn't any to be got there by pushing off that blue hold. So yeah, kind of middle ground she needs to find. She's looking chilled, looking relaxed.
She just listened to Shakira, whatever they have planned in there. She's psyched. Actually, I have no idea what that is, but it's like...
Don't pretend like
really
nice. You don't know Shakira.
Well, I really like Shakira.
Yeah.
That was really nice. Exact same as her second attempt. Nice and slow, controlled.
Yeah, she's got the range on that reach around the corner. Right, how's she going to do this now? Because she did that stretch out to maybe kind of measure the distance a bit.
Well, I think she was using that red one to get her swing going in the correct direction, because that blue one isn't facing.
She left that right hand way trailing.
Yeah, she really needed to bring her right hand across. Running out of time. Let's see if she can sort out the second half.
Yeah, for the first time we see that smile slip slightly.
Yeah, she's got to be feeling slightly stressed when she knows that everybody else has topped everything.
Yeah. See, I don't hate a round like this because you start to see the cracks appear when the pressure ramps up, and it's as a commentator, it's always interesting to watch that.
You think that's yeah?
They'd hate it. I mean, they like to battle really hard.
That's so. I love just seeing how much they improve burn over burn.
Yeah.
Like every attempt, they look better, for the most part. I mean, obviously they get fatigued. But on a problem like this, where the physicality isn't the limiting factor, it's like she can just try it over and over and look better every time.
But this is probably going to be her last attempt at this.
Yeah. Close. That was a better idea. She had the right hand and at least generated towards the finish. It's incredible that the French woman just flew right past.
Yeah, I mean, it's those kind of moves are her strength, and then she's in that stage where she's also doing lead.
So Oceania is way taller, and so you would think that it'd be closer, and yet it looked so much further when she was jumping.
I was watching her hips, and they did kind of move in the wrong direction a bit away from the wall as she made this swing out. I'm not sure which attempt exactly this is. Maybe it's the last one.
I don't know. I mean, it looks all nice, but then she just
she kind of banged her hips, actually.
She just doesn't quite get the distance.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because Brooke is so much shorter than Oceania. We'll just see, but obviously she's great at this kind of thing. She's super poppy, so we'll just see how far she has to fly.
Well, in years past, this would have been a nightmare, but a couple of seasons ago, she went away and specifically trained coordination jumps. Came back last season and just was a different person on it. So now it is her thing, but she's worked so hard to get to this point. So let's see how springy Brooke is feeling today.
It's nice that they made that starting hold as a jug so that none of the competitors were sort of, she tried to go slow.
I wonder if because a few have tried to kind of do that.
Yeah.
That was probably like, plan A, let's stop on that. And
yeah. Plan B is just go all the way.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, she really wants to stop on that. I was saying, though, it's nice they made the starting hold a jug so that it doesn't disadvantage anyone being taller or shorter. Either way, they're just popping up and starting.
Yeah.
And the problem really starts from up there.
Yeah, you don't want to fall in there, do you? It's all about this next sequence. So she runs. Will she change things up? No, she doesn't. Almost trying to mantle that.
Yeah. which I'm sure that she could do. And I'm sure that's possible, and I'm sure if that other blue hold wasn't there, that would be the way. But it seems like it's much easier to carry on past it to the next blue hold.
And skin as well. She's been sliding down that 3 times now. It's going to be hurting. Again, she slips down.
That's not the best angle to see that move.
Yeah, now we.
Does anyone actually listen to us, though? Did they hear what we're saying for the
the director will be, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so someone's listening to us? Okay.
He'll throw a pen at you in a minute.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Right,
I think they're doing terrific camera work.
Yes, there we go. Oh, she makes it work.
I like that. That is so cool. Good for her.
Yeah, fair play. Right, and no
now
hands.
she's chilling.
She can rest.
Well, that's a size thing, you know, because she's small enough so she fits in the dihedral well, whereas the taller competitor doesn't. I mean, this is the sort of advantage, disadvantage that comes on every boulder. You know, it's like you just see such differences in personal size and strength.
Oh, that was hard work, though, isn't it?
Oh, and I think this is what the setters were intending, is to make a really difficult match here. And she's the first person who's actually making it look like it's hard to match.
Yeah, because the setters specifically were like, it's really barn doory, that move. We haven't seen anyone do that.
Yeah, but it might just be because the other women were able to keep their feet low and just kind of stand on the volume, but she actually looked like she was so extended. Like Oceania just put her foot over on the giant red ball sloper thing out left and looked chill.
Yeah. So interesting. Brooke struggling in places where others haven't here. Let's see if she can make an adjustment. With a minute 41 on the clock.
Yeah, still got half a time, but she's sort of figured out, oh, wow.
My skin aches every time she does that.
Well, there's almost no texture on the hold, so
true, yeah.
It can't be that bad. Yeah, okay, nice and composed. Go Brooke.
Thumb in, wraps the fingers around. Now, this is the move she struggled on.
Yeah, like it's hard to release. I don't know.
Well,
she figured it out.
The leg's still there. She still needs to bring that round. Slowly
Yeah.
drags it perfect.
That was really good.
Oh,
close. She's got 1 more minute. I kind of hope she rests a little bit, but I guess she can rest in the corner.
I think she might want 2 goes just in case.
I don't think she has time for 2, but good for her for trying.
Let's see. Oh, that was slip.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with rapid firing.
Yeah. But now she can take a moment. She
Yeah,
doesn't,
1
doesn't
moment.
at all.
Yeah, no, she took
Yeah.
1 moment.
Brooke,
You're right.
listen. No, okay.
Now she'll just keep rapid firing until
Yeah, she's got to.
she's literally got nothing left on her. The bones will be sticking out of her fingers in a minute.
Oh gosh. I'll have to send
We're just
plaster.
raking off the. Oh, God.
How?
Oh,
There's the bones.
just disgusting.
Yeah.
She's got 20 seconds.
It's enough time. Hips into the wall. She
You
checks
can
the
see her
clock.
looking at the clock.
Yeah. This could be perfect timing from Brooke Rabbiter. You don't know. Watch this right toe as it drags around the corner in a minute. There it is. She's in. Huge moment with 9 seconds to go. Starts the swing. No, it's not far enough.
Oh, tragic.
So Brooke says goodbye.
Gave it a good go. And really almost grabbed that finishing hold, but that's a big move, though.
It's all kind of changed here, hasn't it, suddenly?
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
I can't believe she held that so many times. Dropping onto that red sloper just looks horrible.
Yeah. This is the move where she got closest, I think, just dragging that toe around, standing on the blue volume, and then had to begin the swing. But see, that time it was almost not rushed because she was kind of going, but she had to start the swing because I think she's just beginning to fall. Okay, next up, Mao. Let's see what she can do. The smile still on her face, of course.
Let's hope she loves giant dinos. See if she can keep that smile.
Okay. Oh, she's just taking it all in. That must be such a special feeling. And you competed in the youth circuit, so
I did.
You're kind of used to that feeling of people watching you climb.
No, I mean, the thing is, when I was competing, it was so much smaller scale. And there weren't fans watching, you know, it was just the other parents and things. And oh, nice. Yeah, that looks solid. Yeah, I mean, climbing has just grown up so much. You know, this is intense with the spotlights on you and the music and the live announcer out there yelling, you know, the crowd all going crazy. It's just a lot.
Yeah, you kind of got to perform out there. It's you know, you can't be a shy retiring climber anymore. You've got to.
Oh, you see, she slowed that down quite a bit too, but just didn't quite stick in the corner.
All right, so coming up with almost a minute.
So you're looking at slopers, considering.
Yeah, she's thinking 1 step ahead. I think she thinks she's got it for sure. Let's see. Right, starts this kick. Really slow.
Oh, gross. I hope her shoulders are okay.
And she's got like a toe jammed in, stands up eventually.
Wow. I can't believe she stuck that.
Her shoulder's hyperextended almost coming out.
That was
wild.
That looked injurious.
Yes.
But, no, she looks no worse for the wear.
But this is where Brooke struggled, and I think she will too, yeah.
Ah, the release. Yeah, she didn't drag that toe around the corner. Oh, still happy. Yeah, no, she loves ripping both her shoulders up the sockets. That's what they do for training in Japan, I think.
Whoever her psychologist is, I need them in my life.
I know, I do too. I do too. Good for her. Yeah, she doesn't even look at all perturbed that. Where's the zone on this problem? I haven't even paid attention.
When you stand up in the corner.
Oh, yeah, the side pull, yeah. So they're all making zone. I guess it's basically split between 2 coordination problems.
Yeah. She's having a look at that second one again. So she's got the range on the first one now. She slowed it down. She made a couple of adjustments.
Let's hope she does it better this time, because I don't want to see her repeat that. Oh, gosh.
She tried to jump into it more.
Yeah.
Ooh, the smile goes for the first time.
No, she's still psyched.
She's still smiling? Okay. Right, thank goodness.
I'm rooting for her.
My worldview was shaking for a second.
Yeah, exactly. That looked, like slowing it down again. I wonder what the wristbands are all about.
Yeah, there's a couple. Her teammate does a similar kind of thing, and I think he's got those little bits of like titanium metal underneath them. So I'm not sure if that's her. So some of the athletes wear like patches, and it's meant to help somehow via magic. But and I know some of the Japanese athletes put it under those taped up wrist areas, but also might just be taping her wrist.
Yeah, I wonder if that's taping. I mean, sometimes in really hot or humid places, people use wristbands to dab sweat, just because it's a way to keep sweat off your brow.
Yeah.
But this is not one of those places because it's snowing
freezing.
outside. yeah, it's like Salt Lake City. There's no humidity. It's snowing outside. It's not exactly the tropics here.
Nope. Well, Mao is struggling now. She's starting to unsend this thing, maybe doubting a little bit.
Well, I kind of think that first time she stuck it, I don't want to say it was luck because obviously she's incredibly skilled. But, oh, cool, she adopted the Brooke method now. Which looked slightly better for her, but honestly still very hard.
Yeah, and she's really low on that stand-up.
But she's got 30 seconds to figure out the second boulder. Let's see if she can find the way to release around this corner.
Slow and steady does it, wraps both
20
hands.
seconds to find her swing and paddle across.
Oh,
nice release. Really smooth. Oh, yeah, the crowd's going crazy.
Well, if she does it,
seconds.
it'd be amazing.
Oh, she just didn't have the right hand and didn't quite have enough speed.
Well, that was emotional, but she leaves the stage.
Still smiling.
We're still smiling.
Still smiling.
And with his own, in touch.
Yeah, what a boss.
Wow.
Let's move my legs. My leg is throbbing from hitting that. You have to, well, it gives me a lot of appreciation for what the competitors must be going through, because surely on every one of these falls, they're taking little minor nicks and aches and getting banged up. And something that's hard to tell from the video screen is how high they are on these. Like, even the problems where they're not at the top of the wall yet, kind of in the middle of the wall, that's still basically the height of a commercial gym. So they're really, every time they're falling pretty far.
Yeah, they're not like
this is
safe
a big
moves.
Wall.
I mean, safe, they're
these are risky.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They often come down on one leg or sideways or kind of on their back, or it's like they're doing really, complicated maneuvers.
It's a contact sport.
All right, Oriane, here we go. She looks peppy.
She does. She's fired up. Oh, massive kick with that left leg, and it's nearly worked.
Almost sticks it. So far, everybody's basically taken at least 1 or 2 tries to unlock this opening sequence. Which is interesting, because then it seems like they probably also need, a couple of tries to unlock the second sequence. But the challenge is just that they can't try the second one that many times because they can't get past the first one enough. Oh, there we go. That looked amazing. She sat on that volume. Right? She's relaxed.
Yeah, hip in.
Yeah, she's chimneying. Look, she's an easy trad climber.
There you go. Get her involved in your work.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet she'd be really good at that.
Of course, she'd be really good at it. But it'd be a total waste of her time. I'm like, I've got this 5-6 chimney you could do. She did that release so easily. Oh, easy.
Look at that. I did clap
really
that.
Good.
That is a top for Oriane very quickly as well.
That was impressive. 3 minutes to spare. I might make it to the finals.
I hope not, in a way. I've got Alana coming in afterwards, so the people are going to be disappointed.
Either way, she would do the interview.
That's true.
And she'd be much better interviewing because she knows all these women.
True, but you've proved to be very popular in this commentary box.
No.
Getting a lot of messages. Why are you here, by the way?
Oh, I'm here because, in theory, I'm going to be going to the Olympics to interview athletes or maybe do some commentary of some kind. Or, I don't know, basically, I had the opportunity to potentially go to the Olympics to talk about rock climbing, and I said yes because I'm very excited about the Olympics, and I love talking about rock climbing.
There we go.
And so, but then, with that in mind, I realized that I actually don't know how to talk about rock climbing, and so this is my practice.
Well, it's lovely to have you here, and look forward to seeing you.
No, this is a pleasure, honestly. I mean, I watch highlights of comps, and I'll scrub through the YouTube videos and just, you know, watch the performances because I love seeing excellence in climbing.
Yeah.
And this is a real master class in climbing excellence right here.
Yeah,
Each competitor is just so good at what they do.
Now, I hope she's remembered the booties on her feet. She hasn't taken them off yet. Yeah,
Oh,
now she will.
She hasn't laid out her mat yet. Yeah.
That would be a nightmare,
That would be
wouldn't
a
it?
major. Yeah.
Although knowing her, she could probably send it anyway.
I'm not sure. Those volumes feel awfully slick, and with your plastic booties on, they're just.
It sounds like a YouTube video, whatever.
Oh,
wow.
Natalia just goes for it on the red. The Brook method.
Yeah, she's straight in this time. Rocks up, pressing.
Not easy.
Trying to figure out, trying to get a drop knee in, but that's the bad knee, so she doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, she's just giving herself space. That makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah.
She's chilling.
And a big smile again. That thing she
Cleaning
does.
her feet. This is all. That's soloing beta right there. It's cleaning your shoes all the time. Like I do that compulsively because you don't want to step in some gravel and then fall to your death.
No.
No, she's ready to go soloing. I think she's got
Please
all
don't
the-
take Natalia Grossman soloing.
She'd be better than I am at it. Look at this. She's just looking just composed. Let's see if she can find the right swing. Oh, easy.
She can.
Natalia Grossman. Wow, and the crowd just went wild.
That's 6 out of 6 for Natalia in
Natalia
terms of
Grossman
tops.
is just killing it.
She's on form. And the
Yeah.
second she walked into qualies, there was something about her which was like, ooh,
Yeah, she is
watch
looking
her.
like she's peaking. Let's
Yeah.
hope she's not peaking too early because the Olympics isn't until August. Well, in my case, I'm rooting for her, obviously.
But look how happy she is coming
Yeah,
up there
well,
as
I mean,
well.
you'd be happy too if you figured out
I
this
would be
boulder that quickly.
delighted.
I mean, it's incredible.
I'd sign myself up.
Yeah, that was, I mean, such a smooth release. Look at that. She just whoop around. And she just found this movement so quickly and easily. I mean, wow.
That foot movement, I was just watching
So
it.
quick. You see how both her hands came across so quickly? That's something that several of the women were kind of missing. Like one hand was dragging and they just didn't quite get the speed across.
All right, well, we'll have a bit of a pause and look at the results. Natalia Grossman, we just saw her. She's leading the way with 2 tops in 2 flashes.
But it's still kind of
Berton.
anybody's field here with, you know, if somebody doesn't do any of the next problems, there's still a lot of pressure.
Exactly. Niley, look at that. 3rd place on her return World Cup. Awesome from her. Ocean McKenzie, Brooke Rabbitoux, and Mao with a bit of work to do, but not much, everyone.
Not much. Yeah,
No.
they're so close.
Are you sure you want to leave, Alex? I mean, you've got...
Well, no, I think that they've honestly maybe shaved enough time that I might be good. I'm psyched.
Well, we're going to...
Yeah, it took them 38 minutes to do the first half, and I don't have to leave for another, 40 minutes. So we might make it.
Okay,
If they,
all right.
Let's hope they can flash some more boulders.
We'll send word backstage, come to just get a move on. Now, we're going to have a little pause
Honestly,
and a reset here. So, Alex, talk a bit about, because a lot of people know you for outdoor climbing, you're talking about indoor climbing. So the link between the two, it is there, isn't it?
Oh, there's way more of a link than people might think. You know, I grew up climbing in the gym. I still climb in the gym all the time. Today I climbed in the gym, and yesterday I did too. I mean, basically climbing is climbing, whether you're on rock or on plastic. It's the same movements, the same techniques, the same fitness. So, I mean, it's just climbing. Competition climbing just happens to be in a slightly more controlled indoor setting.
And how do you feel about, because it's an endless debate whether this sort of run, jump, parkour style is like, people complain about it a lot. What's your feeling?
Yeah,
on
but it's
things
not
like
the
that?
people who know how to do it.
No.
It's not the competitors complaining about it.
Yeah.
That's the classic armchair commentary.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, well, shouldn't they be climbing mountains? I didn't see any crampons in that competition. You're kind of like, yeah, well, that's just not the way to test the physical limits. I mean, basically, I guess the point here is that all of these athletes are operating at such a high physical level that you just have to find more creative ways to differentiate between them. And so that's when you get into the creative movement, the big jumps, the dynamicism, all kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that because it's something I believe quite strongly in, which is, there's different aspects to our sport. I mean, ice climbing, totally different from this. It's still climbing.
Yeah.
It's still got merit and it's still awesome. So, yeah.
Well, it's not that awesome, but it is climbing still.
Hey, look, I commentate on it, so I've got to say it's awesome.
I only ice climb the way I only off-width climb, only to get to the tops of things that matter to me.
I think
you
you're
never
doing
do it for pleasure.
You had told me if I had crampons on and done big routes.
Yeah, but only when you're trying to get to the top of things. I mean, I'm willing to ice climb, I'm willing to off-width climb. I'm willing to do any kind of climb if it means getting to the top of something I'm excited about.
Okay.
but you just don't seek it out for pleasure.
No, I'd agree on that. It's too cold. I don't like it. My hands get freezing.
Exactly.
It's wet. And
why is there a break in the middle? What's that all about?
So, but it's the honest answer
this
is
is a halftime
TV
show?
mainly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They just, as you said earlier, Beyonce just didn't turn up to this one.
Oh, I forgot I was going to text her. I said that
You
yesterday.
said Taylor.
Oh, Taylor. Yeah. Well, I don't have that much clout, as it turns out.
Ah, jeez.
What? Who do I know who's like a singer?
You tell me. Who's in your phone book?
Oh well, I'll have to think about it.
You had an answer there for a sec, didn't you?
But I'll still have to think about it. We're talking about it.
That's amazing. Well, whoever it is, just work on it.
My leg is, like, honestly, I feel busted from my one slab attempt. I tried one boulder. The idea of making it through qualifiers, semifinals, and then finals without getting injured just seems incredible to me.
Well, this is boulder number 3. Another shorter one this time. Into the corner and powerful moves. You watched the setters forerun this, didn't you?
I watched them trying one of the moves. They were just boosting off a ladder to just try this move off the zone hold. And it looked tricky. In a lot of ways, this problem, actually it's interesting that we were just talking about outdoor climbing versus competition climbing, because this problem looks the most like outdoor climbing of any of the set so far. We'll see how it looks as Nale?
Yeah, Nile. Yeah. I did go and check this.
Okay, Nile.
Yeah, Nile.
We'll see if she makes it look like. But this could be the crux of the Dawn Wall or something. Maybe not quite the Dawn Wall, but this kind of like technical lie backing with your feet out in front of you. It's like, this is what granite wall climbing is all about. Except for the start, which looks really hard.
Because there's no running jumps at the Dawn Wall. Well, we don't know. I haven't seen the bottom of it.
Well, but the concepts here of lie backing, getting your feet in front of you, lie backing again, I mean, these are terrible holds that only operate because of body position or body tension between the feet and the hands. Oh, here she goes. Nice. And she has to get that foot over. Oh, really good.
Now she's going to have to stand in the corner
and
with
she
the
has
left
to get the foot up and right. It's weird that she hasn't got the foot over right.
Yeah, she's going to have to kick it in. She does.
Oh, wow. Nice.
That's a
you
one
can hear
arm.
it squeaking on the no-tex. That's heinous. Yeah, big jump. Let's see it.
One arm jump as well. It's to a good hole, but off bad feet. She kicks and goes.
Oh,
no.
So good. Her hand just wasn't quite in the hole. That's really good. And she's still got 3 minutes to rest and sort it out. She looked great.
She is deceptively powerful.
Yeah, no, I'm realizing that because
Yeah.
she's topped all these boulders with ease.
It's my first time watching her at this level, and it is crazy to see this.
Yeah, for a competitor that I've never heard of, it's like she seems like one of the strongest women that I've ever seen.
Yeah. New climbing partner, there we go.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
you can have a list of them.
Now that I know that she can trad climb so well, I mean, this problem is basically wall climbing.
There's Josh Larson, Team USA coach, and they're holding a brilliant series of workshops next week, starting off tomorrow, where they're re-putting the finals problems on the wall for all the athletes to try it, and we will have videos of that coming out in the next couple of days.
And that's like a training camp for all the different teams?
Exactly, yeah, and there's women's setting clinics, there's a whole load of stuff kind of over, and also the paraclimbing as well, that kicks off on Tuesday, and it's free to watch on YouTube, and please do go and watch it, because it's brilliant. I love the
paraclimbing's been cool. I've been in the gym across the street. I've been seeing a handful of the paraclimbers just climbing, sessioning with their friends, and it's pretty impressive.
Oh, it's mad.
I mean, you just don't run into that many paraclimbers climbing outdoors. Well, I don't know. I suppose I haven't anyway. And to see, I don't know. I was watching, I guess, a visually impaired Japanese climber doing a problem that I couldn't do in the gym. I was sort of like, oh, geez.
If it's the gentleman I'm thinking of, I was in Tonsai with him recently, and he was leading 8Bs outdoors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
One of his coach told me that he had on-sighted mid 510 on gear. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that makes me feel uncomfortable because that seems dangerous.
He hangs around forever on small holds. Anyway, 9
minutes. Oh, wow. She just walked
now.
Right through that. You can see how much she learned from her first attempt, but she got set up immediately.
Right foot isn't in the right place yet. Now it is, and she holds it.
Wow. And the crowd is really getting behind her. They are impressed, as are we, yeah.
That match at the top
that looked trivial. She just walked right through that. Josh Larson doesn't look that impressed.
No.
The coach of USA Climbing is also stressed.
He's like, who is this person?
Yeah, totally.
Well, she leaves. Sienna McKenzie will be next. I love how we create drama within the camps here now. They'll be listening.
I just call him out because he's the only coach that I know. Because I bouldered with him.
Yeah, this was the foot. It was sliding around, and she had to kick it and then jump. It's such a cool
well,
move.
The difference is because it's the no-tex facing towards her, so when she's stemming on that foot, there's nothing to put the foot on. But then the textured part is facing down, so when she jumps onto it, she paddles onto the downward-facing part. It's interesting because watching this, I understand what they're doing. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I get that. But, man, I could never do it.
Yeah, the theory is good, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I see, you know, she's stemming on the slippery part, and then when she wants to do the move, she pops it onto the textured part to get some downward push, and she pops off it, she catches the jug. I'm like, yeah, totally makes sense, get it. Could never do it.
No.
It's like impossible.
I know.
I'm like, wow. It's just impressive.
It is indeed. Right, oh, she's off. Oh no, slipping immediately.
Oh, it's because the other, you have to jump into that with 2 hands. Yeah, she was hoping to cheat it with her height, but she couldn't.
So a little reset for it won't really make a difference, just an attempt.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Though in this comp, it might matter a little bit just because attempts are sort of mattering. But
because it's so close, yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's done the problems. Oh, didn't quite find it. You see she barn doored her left foot open and her body just peeled away. That's trad climbing right there.
Yep.
But at a very high level on plastic.
Yeah. You don't see many trad climbs like that.
Well, I mean, you kind of do.
Well, what's the new one? The 9A in France. I can't remember the name of it now. That's got some pretty wild athletic moves.
Yeah, but honestly, I haven't climbed outside that much in the last month because we have a baby and there's just a lot going on at home and whatever. But I went up and tried this new big wall near where I live that has maybe an 8B-ish corner, so it's like 13D for Americans-ish. It's only been done by one person. He said 513. But that's kind of, but then we put it into Darth Grader and it comes out at 14A depending on how you know, it's like, it's pretty hard. It's hard to know exactly because not many people have tried it.
Yeah.
But it's basically like this type of stuff. It's a sequence of 3 boulders and the first is like crazy lie backing kind of like this and then the other 2 boulders are different ones, like campsing on small edges basically.
Well, now you've got some, now you know how to do it. They've
Well,
just shown you the beats.
well, I'm actually only watching this to scout for partners. You know? Whoever doesn't podium today, I'm going to try to rally them down to help me finish my big wall project.
Well, you're worried about Natalia peaking too early, and you want to take a free solo.
No, well,
take a trad climbing instead.
I do have a running offer now for anybody that's climbed 515. I'll take them soloing. But Natalia hasn't climbed 515 outside yet. Though I have no doubt that she could, but she just hasn't yet because she's focused on other things.
Yeah. Okay.
Finding her balance. Let's see if she can lead a foot over there and control the barn door. Yeah, she's moving that foot up, trying to find the balance. Oh,
very
opens
low.
Away, same thing, opens. You see our body peeled away. She lost the left hand. She fell off.
I think she might want to bump it slightly higher as well on that hold. It gets better in the middle.
This is how I look on my project, so honestly, we'd get along great.
Well, she has a little reset. I like the lights on in the background. I'm just flashing.
Yeah, I feel like this boulder is interesting. It's obviously physically difficult. I mean, she's taking some time to rest. Even though it's shorter and looks simpler than the other boulders, I think the jumping into the start, and you know, it's only a couple moves, but they're hard moves. So it's like she needs to take some time and compose herself here.
Yeah, I mean, the set said it was one of the most physical, so it's tiring, these moves. And you said bad holds. They are not very good. All right, she dries that liquid chalk off her hands. The minute mark's going to come, and I imagine she'll then pull on.
A lot of the time with these holds, though, if you're in the perfect body position, they feel okay. And if you're just slightly off, they're really hard to overpower. So it's, you know, it's like hard to make it work unless you're in just the right place. And that's why I keep saying this reminds me of trad climbing. Because there's so many things outdoors where if you're just in, oh, really nice. And she popped that right foot over and she did it, so she controlled the barn door.
Oh, and she's standing straight
and,
on the text.
She's just standing there.
Oh, no, it slips.
Sad. 30 seconds, she's going again. I don't think she has time, but I respect the effort.
Yeah, that was close. We'll see a replay, hopefully, of what happened there because,
22 seconds. Let's see if she learned exactly where to put that foot because...
No, it's a power thing, isn't it? Yeah. She's done.
But that's a good way to show just how hard the moves are because you just can't rapid fire like that. It's just too hard. That's cool, though. She figured it all out, but just didn't quite have the time.
Yeah, gets the judge there holding up the sign which tells her score. They always just check that to make sure. I'm a bit disappointed as Osh leaves, but...
I mean, so close. I was in her hand. She could have had it, but just didn't quite have it.
Heartbreaking. Well, hopefully we'll get a replay of that move in a sec. In fact, this could be it. Let's have a look.
It's funny how the move passed the zone for her, though, when she had it in the right position. Looked, you know, not that. Oh, that was the finishing attempt when she was already really fatigued. But the time that she stuck that move, it looked chill when she had it just right.
All right, Brooke. This is her kind of thing.
Yeah, let's see if this suits her well.
So Matt down checks the clock. And Brooke is underway.
I always wonder if the braids are a strategic way to keep the hair out of your way.
Compared to a what?
Well, like a ponytail or something like, like flashing in your face.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, it's like a trademark now, I think, a bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's always has something
like Samson.
Like that. Yeah, I'm not pretending like I know anything about braids here, which I don't, but yeah.
This is solid. She's trying to find her balance, trying to find the way to pop up past that zone hold.
She needs a left foot. She's got it around the corner. She's trying
Wow, she just did it static.
Eliminates that swing.
That was a real display of strength. That's impressive.
And she's standing on the texture bit, bumps the left foot up again. She's so close to this. No!
Solid. Wow.
Man, that could have been nasty.
Smile.
She had her head down towards the mat at one point there. Well, a flash though from Brooke.
Wow, solid. Fun fact, I broke my arm in the gym once doing basically that kind of thing. Huge downer to the top of the wall, held it long enough that I was sideways, and then peeled off the hold, and then came down head first and broke my arm.
I literally held my breath when she did that because it's...
That was incredible, her moving off the zone, and then the high foot. This is another thing where size is so interesting because she really fit in that corner nicely, and she got so high, and so then this jump move didn't even feel that far for her.
Oh, that was a scary move, but she stopped it. And look at the reaction there, bro. Look at the French coach. He's just like, what? He was worried, like he did like I did. He was, for a moment, he thought she was gone. This is brilliant. I like Coach Cam. We should call it that.
Coach Cam. We should have a camera on the coaches full time.
Yeah, I mean, they would hate it so much.
Something tells me in the Olympics there will be more of that kind of stuff, like spectator cam and coach cam and just more reactions. Because the reactions from the crowd help you appreciate just how insane some of these moves are.
Yeah.
Or like how dangerous they look and how high they are. Because on the screen, you just don't really judge. I mean, she was swinging sideways at the top of the wall. She's like 15 feet off the ground with her head. You know, I mean, it could be really scary if she blew it.
Yeah, and she wouldn't have thought about it for a sec.
No, I mean, look at that. She didn't even hesitate. She just, okay, Mao just hiking it. Let's see if she can find that balance, getting off the zone.
By the way, with the sock debate, she is wearing socks with the climbing shoes.
Oh,
pretty sure, yeah. You were talking about it earlier.
Yeah. Well, and she's also one of the best climbers in the world, so power to her.
It works. But this is a different method. Big jump up. She's, oh, wow.
Wow.
I thought she was going to be pushed away from the wall doing it like that, but no.
That's cool. That couldn't be more different than Brooke's method, and yet just as successful. She's really trying to get me to see the finals. Look at that. She just shaved 3 minutes off the competition.
Yeah, come on.
This is going to be the tightest women's finals ever, you know, in terms of
It's close, for sure.
efficiency.
Yeah, I don't know what the record is. Someone let me know at home.
I'm sure there's some dude in the comments right now just blowing us up.
Yeah, how can you not know?
Yeah, totally. You're like, yeah, you can go screw yourself.
No comment. Yeah, using the edge of that wall there to steady herself. Smart climbing from Mao. 2 to go on this boulder. Oriane up next, somewhere.
They must be hearing how quickly the other women have done this. Yeah. Well, there's some. They must be feeling that pressure.
Yeah, it's ramping up. Well, Oriane makes that jog down.
The jog on the mats just looks so bouncy every time. It's like
moon running.
Well, it's like in gymnastics when you sort of like prance down, you know, before doing a vault or something. You know what I mean? Like, because it's a springy step. It's like a really springy.
I just love the word prance. It's a great word.
Okay, the jump start, the toe hook, control. Beautiful.
All right, Oriane gritting her teeth there. Makes the move outright. Matches.
This is actually maybe the first woman who's made the beginning look as hard as it probably is. Where you're like, oh, you can tell that she's trying hard.
Just 3 fingers dragging on that hole.
Oh, wow. New method.
Not sure.
Not a good method.
No.
Oh.
She was so low on that hole, the match, there's an edge, a bit of a lip, and didn't hit it with the right hand.
She didn't have space to match.
No.
Though, I mean, nobody else has matched it. She really just needed to roll through to the next hold.
You can see her thinking. I think she just...
Yeah, she's problem solving.
Yeah, and got a bit lost in it, I think. I don't think that was necessarily her plan.
Yeah, it might have been one of those things where she thought she was going to do a certain thing and then got up there and was like, wow, these holds are worse than I expected.
Yeah.
You know, what's the good Mike Tyson quote? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly. She's probably like, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then she jumps on and she's like, oh my God, these are horrible holds.
Yeah, you got punched in the shin. So
yeah, I got punched in the shin.
Yeah, I did.
Also, I have no idea if that's actually what's going through her mind, but I'm just guessing.
Well, you're about to leave, so again, you can say what you want.
Perfect.
It's all good.
Yeah. It's the key to commentary. Just make it up as you go.
Yeah, sadly, I'm here. Oriane is in 3rd, Brooke Rabbity's 2nd. So if Oriane can get this top, it will really jump
The rankings don't really mean anything when 2 of the women haven't even tried the boulder.
No, it's just worth keeping an eye on. You know, you can see who's in touch.
Yeah, though in this case, basically everybody almost, I guess Oceania is not capable of podiuming at this point, but you know, it gives you a pretty good sense.
Yeah, there's a lot to play for still. Right, Oriane is maybe going for this match. No, she's locking off that left hand.
Oh, solid.
Low.
Just not quite enough. You see she was putting her right toe right on the corner of the volume as if it was a foothold, even though it's not really supposed to be one.
Super shoulder. You can see her trying to wiggle that.
To wiggle her shoulder back into alignment.
Yes.
She's like, go back in the socket.
place.
Yeah. Sure, we having a nice session with the French team physio after this.
Oh, yeah. The physios were busy after the
Yeah.
semi-finals, yeah. They set their tables up kind of where they can find them, so you just come across an athlete being elbowed. That's the technical term for it.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways that kind of shows the growth of the sport, because that kind of thing did not exist, 10 years ago, or certainly when I was younger in competitions. There were no physios. There weren't even really team coaches. There'd be like one oversight parent just screaming, "Come on, raise your foot."
There's still that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. but it's like people yelling unsolicited advice that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's like now they're real coaches with real expertise. There's team doctors, team physios.
Yeah,
There's a lot more infrastructure on climbing.
Yeah, and the Olympics certainly kicked it up a notch as well. I think the sport had to become more professional quite quickly, and it's cool to see that happen.
Yeah, I like seeing that because it just allows the competitors to perform at a higher level, and I like seeing excellence. Like here they are, they're doing things that are amazing.
Less than a minute there for Oriane.
I think so far I've got to say Oriane doesn't seem like she's going to be my trad climbing partner.
Oh gosh, that's savage.
That's harsh, but
God, sorry, Oriane. You can be mine.
Sorry, Oriane. Well,
It might be easier for me. With me, I mean. So shoulder move again.
Strong, doing it the same way. Oh, the foot blew.
I think she's done.
Which is not surprising because that wasn't a foothold. Oh my God, she's going again. That's a bad idea.
She shook her head like no, but maybe it was a sort of mistake. I don't know. Maybe she'll just do something wild here.
I hope she proves me wrong, but it seems like whenever competitors go rapid fire, it's just not.
Oh, close. Well, good fight from Oriane. She leaves with just the zone.
Yeah, great effort.
Final climber is Natalia, and you wouldn't bet against her getting this.
Interesting how Oriane just tried that really differently than everybody else had. Like, it looked like a different problem. Trying to do the shouldery lock off, and everybody else did it like a technical lie back, and she did it like a little too muscly.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, she's very strong like that, and she does tend to sort of thug her way through moves sometimes.
But that's the interesting thing. Sometimes some people can be too strong, and then they try to do something with strength, whereas someone who's weaker, that's just not an option for them. So then they're just forced to do it a different way.
Let's see if Natalia's feeling strong or not. I think she is.
The crowd is just loving Natalia today, which makes sense. I mean, this is her home. This is her home crowd.
Yeah, there's something different about her, isn't it? Today.
Wow, 10 gold, 3 silver, 1 bronze. That's a heck of a run through competitions.
22 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and graduated college already. It's like, some people just do it all.
I feel terrible about myself after you said that.
I know, I dropped out of college so I could go solo 5'10", and you're kind of like, what was I doing in my
I think it's
life?
worked out all right for you, though.
I mean, yeah, I get to do commentary, so that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, look at that. Just rolls right through.
Like Oriane, that shoulder.
Chill.
But maybe
a
a
bit
little bit
faster.
easier,
Less of a lock off and more of a just kind of pull through.
Now, will she stab that foot up? No, she doesn't.
She just puts it on the top.
Big jump needed, though. Hold your breath, everyone.
Oh, no. Setting it up same. Easy. Wow, look at the height she got.
Oh, goodness me. Someone's playing with buttons.
Or freaking power went out because everybody just so psyched. The crowd was electric. Just like jolted the power in you. That was cool.
You know what? You might make your flight or the end of the competition.
I know, this is incredible.
15 minutes.
Yeah, they're shaving 3 minutes per problem.
That's madness. Well, Natalia, easy work. We'll have to see the scores in a minute. But Natalia is put herself in a brilliant position to win this
she's basically
comp.
flashed every problem.
Yeah. With an injury. It's crazy.
Well, I'm just going to say it's just not that big of an injury, I think.
Or she just fights.
Yeah, or she's just the fiercest competitor we've ever seen.
I mean, the level of competitiveness, I know it sounds obvious to say, but they're so competitive, They, maybe, no,
I think that's the replay. That's interesting that the replay is like that.
The monitor was broken. Right, let's see.
It could just be our touching these cables. Yeah, are we touching the cables?
We're good. Natalia Grossman, 3 tops, 3 flashes way out in front. Nale Migan after that. Brooke Rabatou, so 2 USA climbers in the top 3. Oriane Berton not quite getting the last one, but zone was important. Mao after that, and Oceana finishing things off in 6th. So still wide open, Alex. Still a lot to play for, but next is your slab coming up.
Oh, yeah. It's not really wide open. I mean, 1st and 2nd are locked in. And it's just a matter of whether it's Natalia or Nile.
Yeah. He's going to bump up or down. So this slab, you tried it. It was tweaked. Let's have a look at it now because it will have changed. And what was changed is the big white panel next to the starting hold. So you pull on, which is, you said, a pretty easy pull-on move.
Yeah, it's easy to get established, easy to get started. That huge volume in the center there is gone now. It's been replaced by 1 foothold because they were trying to force a move where you slide down this no-tex onto the foot, and you can actually see the black streak where your foot's supposed to slide down. And so they wanted to force that move. And that was a move that I would never have imagined. Anyway, then a bunch of other chaos ensues, and then eventually you jump to the top.
And the set has described it as a spectacular dyno at the end, so I can't wait to see that.
That's interesting. They actually changed the whole start here, so it's 2 hands, whatever.
Yeah, it is a bit different.
2 feet. But this is easy intro move, establishes right up on the slab, sorts the foot. She just immediately knows what she's supposed to do. Wow, this just freaks me out to even think about jumping onto the most slippery slab in the world. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is gross. And especially if your knee is hurt and you're just trying to jump one-legged onto the most slick slab in the world.
Yeah, that's a good point with the knee because you really got to
you're just
absorb
loading
the impact
it,
as well.
Yeah, I mean, a one-legged squat. Like, this is the ultimate plyometric workout or whatever. Like giant box jumps across and down. This.
Yeah, it's a lot. Those black marks will act like sort of runway markers for the athletes here.
She used a higher foot that time just to establish higher. That's cool.
She wants it less jumpy, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, she's just getting closer to make it smoother, which... Oh, that's an impressive way to try it. And I think that could work for her. I could see that going. And I do not think that's what the root setter is intended.
The grab underneath.
Yeah,
no.
the grab underneath. No way. But man, if your right knee is injured and you're doing like a deep, deep squat like that and catching it with a load, that freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah, it's nasty.
But she's in contention for first or second. She's obviously going to give it her very best.
Yeah, deep breaths from her, shaking out a bit of pump now. Looks over, checks the time, pulls
It's
back
interesting
on.
because when I tried this problem, it was sort of pitter-patter across the slab, and so it wasn't really that physical. But the way she's trying it is actually difficult here. Oh God, she slipped before she went.
My shins hurt. Yours must, in sympathy for that.
No, that's... Well, she didn't rack down the wall, but she just blew the left foot as she was jumping. But it's just interesting because this way is much more physical, so you can see she actually does need to rest a little bit. Like the deep one, like the squat, the catch, the pull. You're like, oh, it's... it's not a pure balance thing. It looks hard.
It does. She's having a little word with herself here. Pulls on once again. Rocks up on the heel.
She's having a word about how much she cares about her meniscus. She's like, does it matter to me?
And clearly not. Nope.
Yeah,
Let's
here
go.
she goes.
No,
oh, God.
again.
The left foot blew again.
I wonder what... Yeah, she wants it brushed, of course.
That's interesting because, this was a last-minute root setting change, and you just wonder how much they tried it, how, is that foot the way? I don't know, it's just tough.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted that jump move, and they just felt the slab sort of made it the possibility.
They felt like the volume made it too easy because you could pitter-patter across the volume, which
no
I hear.
hands.
I mean, I get that. I was able to do it, so obviously it's pretty easy.
Yeah, but also the thing you had is height advantage as well.
Yeah.
Which maybe
Yeah.
over some of these, you could almost stretch it out.
But that wasn't the part that bothered them. The part was that you could match the feet on the volume, and we'll just see. Oh, God.
Again. And now it did hold.
She must have, like, banged it on the edge as she came down. That is just...
I wouldn't want to keep going, and that's what's so impressive about it.
I know. Man, they must feel terrible tomorrow. Or like when you get in the shower and you have all these cuts and scrapes.
Apparently that's it. It just stings all over.
Wow, look at how quickly she just flowed through that beginning. And she just really... Man, hop.
Oh, hit her shoulder that time.
I think she kind of locked herself into a bad way with this deep squat and catch thing, because I think you're supposed to land on it standing up.
Yes.
Which, in theory, would be easier physically, but, who knows. Man, I really like watching her do the easy intro, because it's so fluid. It's beautiful.
That's better. Nearly caught it. Now, she won't get that
25
zone.
seconds, but she might be able to stick the zone. Look at that, she's trying.
She wants the crowd. They respond. Right, she pulls on. Last chance on this one.
17 seconds. Let's see if she can stick that
She
zone.
deserves it. I want her to see this. Come on.
Yeah, I want to see that zone.
Yes!
Sticks
yes.
it. Oh,
Now she's
zone.
in. And there's one jump, 7
seconds. I mean, I don't think she's finishing the problem,
surely
but
not. No, it's done. But what a zone battle that was.
What a performance. I hope she's proud of herself.
She absolutely should
It's interesting because I feel like half the time competitors are disappointed that they didn't quite do it. but you're like, man, what a fight. That was incredible.
Yeah, I care. Every single athlete comes out, I just want them all to do it. You know, I have that thing. It's just.
And it's interesting that she just pioneered a totally different way that's not what the route setters. I don't think that's what the route setters intended.
And I think she was looking pretty good for the top as well if she'd had more time. But you can see
Yeah,
her
so I
rushing.
did that move going past it to the other foot chip, but she was trying to toe into the inside of the zone hold. Who knows if she actually thought that was the way or if she was trying to make sure that she got credit for the zone.
Yeah. All right, Osh, let's see what you can do. Looks over at the clock. Last little adjustments. And she's going to have another look. I mean, it's quite a long time. I know it's gone quick, but still, it's over an hour since she's checked this boulder, so she'll just remind herself of it. Now up she goes again to these first couple of holds. I'm genuinely scared about this. Let's see what she does. Stays higher.
Oh, so good.
Does look easier, doesn't it?
Amazing. That looked chill. You can tell the crowd is responding like wild because after having watched Nile,
oh, this roll though.
and you hear the squeak of her foot against that, that's terrible.
What wonderful sound. And she's in, just hold it, presses.
Holds it, impressive. I couldn't do that move. This is where I failed on this slab.
Deep breaths from Osh McKenzie. Flicks the foot out and
Really
holds
good.
it.
Wow.
Now this is the wild bit coming up.
Moves back out to the other foot to get a wider stem, and now she's ready for dyno.
And it's kind of
Dyno
blind.
for glory. Let's see it.
Come on, Osh stretches. Oh, not a dyno. She's
Easy.
tall enough.
Easy. Good for her.
Yeah. She came back after those two zones with an impressive top from Osh.
Yeah, good for her. A flash.
Yeah.
That's great.
So different styles again, you know.
But I don't know how much that changes the rankings. We'll see in a moment because I think that it can't do too much for her, but it's got to feel good to just come out and just crush the last problem.
Dominate it. And this was
really good execution with the feet going back and forth and then popping it back to get the wider stance. I mean, this is smart.
Yeah, straight away. She didn't even consider any other option. It was in.
Yeah.
And then the stretch was interesting because the others are going to have to jump on that.
Yeah. It's funny, she climbed this as if she's climbed it a dozen times before, and yet she has only seen it for a couple minutes.
Yeah. All right, so we have Brooke Rabatou coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
All right, running on now is Brooke Rabatou. She drops the mat. She looks out to the crowd, standing framed in those lights.
The lights make them look just heroic.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I just want to go stand on them later on and just preen for a sec.
Except that no one will applaud
Yeah,
for
no
you.
one will care. All right, Brooke
Okay.
standing up.
Cruises through the beginning, easy. But then let's see how, no hesitation here. She's just eyeballing it. And, oh, God.
Missed in a slide down.
Yeah, she overshot the foot, and sliding down that looks like you could just easily rack your whole leg. I say because my leg is still throbbing from sliding down.
I mean, this is nothing much, you know, you can slide down and kind of avoid it like she did.
That intro move is literally seconds. They just set up and they try the school move.
Oh, a bit of change there.
She
Made sure
almost
that
popped that foot.
toe, yeah.
Cool, she nailed the accuracy that time. The foot was exactly where it needed to be, but her body just wasn't quite on it right.
Yeah, she's just got to position a bit differently this time now. And maybe a little bit more commitment into that move now she's got the range on it.
Yeah, she still has 3 minutes and she's really unlocking well.
Deep breaths, has a look around the corner, gets this spring down, lands.
Same deal, really good accuracy, just not quite balanced. Doesn't seem too troubled by it. Just hops back up.
Your
goes
favorite
again.
move?
Yeah. It turns out I just like seeing people climb easy terrain because they look so good at it. Oh, really nice. That
Nearly
time
got the hand on the zone.
Well, and she just looked more still when she stuck it. Like she was almost balanced.
Yeah. Up she goes again. Flicks the braids over her hair, over her shoulder. Eyes it up. The black streaks guiding her in. Much better.
It's interesting. She's aiming for the zone with her hand as if she's going to catch it somehow, but I don't know if it's much of a hold. There's not a lot to catch. I mean, I guess you can maybe pause on it and sort of balance, but
This is a great shot. Look, the slide down, full 4-foot landing.
That is, yeah. Ideally, she would land more on the toes. But
yeah.
it's funny, you know, climbers normally or often put tick marks on things outdoors. Oh, she almost toe hooked it. That was a cool improvisation.
Spinning around out there. This is brilliant from Brooke. Now she
This is
pauses for a moment, but just one breath before pulling back on.
But she's creating like a boot rubber tick mark on this hold.
Yeah.
The black streaks guiding her in. Oh. But this is exactly the way the setters intended this move to be done. And when you see Brooke trying it like this, it does look like a wild move. Like, looks hard.
Yeah, that's what they were looking for, and it's definitely worked out.
Yeah, they created the move they wanted, for better or for worse.
Brooke goes again.
Oh, nice. Really good balance.
It was a little less height there, which I think helped her. You know, she didn't land with so much force.
It's hard to say. Look at that. Compose yourself. 1 minute. Going again.
All right, brings that left toe in. Starts this back and forth swing. No.
Close. It was interesting that Oceania just hopped on there and just stuck, like as if she was jumping onto a jug. I wonder if she's really good at that kind of slab, or if, like, I don't know. I wonder how that worked.
Well, that was closer from Brooke, but I don't get the feeling she's, you know, right on the edge of nailing this move quite yet.
No, it's like 25 seconds, and it just feels like. But you know, she just sticks it just right with the balance. It's just hard to know. Oh, almost sticks it with the toe hook again.
She runs back, sort of workman-like, got to pull on again. 12 seconds remaining, needs the zone, can still get it. Can she buzzer beat the zone here? Starts this spring. Lands, yes,
almost.
No. Well, Brooks says goodbye in 4, so outside of the podium places for her.
Got to respect that effort, but man, that's a tough slide off that volume over and over. Okay, wait, who's next? Okay, yeah, maybe I should depart from the. Sadly, I need to catch a flight here, but I'm so excited about seeing the end.
Alex, thank you so much for joining us. I know people at home would loved your insights and humour, so appreciate it. And if I don't see you, best of luck at the Olympics.
Yeah, well, I'll see you soon enough. Bam.
Yes, see you later. Have a good one.
Okay, thanks so much. I'm going off. Bye, guys.
Well, thank you, Alex Hoddle. We're going to tag Alana into the commentary box, who has braved the snow to join me here. And Mao Nakamura is in action as she jumps onto this slab. Hello, Alana. How disgusting is the weather out there?
Hello. It's not as bad as it was this afternoon. This afternoon, I thought I wasn't going to be able to drive here because the snow is sticking to the road.
Wow. I thought I was going to freeze, is what happened to me.
Oh, yes. I mean, that too.
Yes. I didn't bring my clothes for this. Right, Mao. Let's turn our attention to her. She's up and in. And this jump move and a slide down. What's your feelings on this move, Alana? How would you approach something like this?
When I'm setting up for it, I would definitely be thinking mostly about the finish position that I need to be in. So I kind of want to be stood up on the hold, ideally not as sunk down on the foot as Nale was.
Yeah, we've seen lots of different methods and of how to do this. And I mean, Osh made it look the easiest, but I think the extra length she had helped a bit with that, perhaps.
Potentially, yep. I think she's also very good at slab. I mean, not that the others aren't, though.
Yeah. I mean, Alex said it. She made it look like a jug, that red jib.
And I think it is, if you were to just step over onto it. And I think she just got the jump perfect. If you see Mao's hitting it here with a bent knee, which is a really, really hard way to catch an aggressive jump, you then have to sink all the way down or have an incredible amount of leg strength. Yeah,
and she's landing right on the midsole of her foot. Maybe you want to be more on the toes, perhaps?
Yeah, I think the other times, I think it was a little bit better.
Yeah, that was the worst, maybe. 2 minutes, half a time gone now. Eyes it up again, starts this flick. Oh.
I think she's thinking too much about the hand. From where I was sitting or waiting to come behind the wall, I couldn't see Osh perfectly, but I think she didn't think so much about the hand, right? She stood on the foot, which is also exactly what she did in semifinals on the slab on the same part of the wall.
Yeah, going with the hand like that, it looks like she's almost sort of teetering forward too much and she's stretching towards it.
Oftentimes on these slab moves, thinking about the hands is a trap. You need to think about standing up on the feet, and the hand is almost secondary. It is secondary. It's not almost secondary.
Yeah. I love her expressions. I know it doesn't make a difference to her climbing, but it's just she's having such a good time out there. This is a bit different.
Oh, the knees there.
Oh, trying to do it statically.
Oh.
Wow. I mean, you've still got to kind of pop for it, and you're very spread out.
I don't think you could catch that in the splits and then
No,
get
surely
out of it.
not.
Well, we say that now.
No.
I would love to see that.
It would be amazing. She's going for the big jump.
Yeah, she's really, first and foremost, thinking about the hand there, less about the foot, and definitely not about just standing up on the foot.
Right, the arm goes, drops down. That actually looked more in control. She wasn't maybe reaching for the hand so much that time. She's listening to you.
Yes.
Thank goodness. Everyone should. Right, Mao again. More on the toe, but I think she's starting to go backwards here a bit.
Yeah.
So fluid though through the bottom.
Not bad, but she only has 20 seconds
Yeah.
left.
I don't think this is going to happen. She's not going to stop though. 10 seconds, last attempt. Come on, Mao, get it done.
We love to see it. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, well, good effort. Never stop fighting, never stop smiling. I really enjoyed watching her compete here this afternoon and this evening.
Very much.
Awesome stuff. Right, she leaves. So, you were out in the stadium earlier on.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 and a third boulders from.
So what's, because we're back here away from the stadium. Tell me about the crowd. How's it feeling out there with the atmosphere?
It's everybody's really into it. It's obviously not the biggest crowd because of the facility limitations, but it's very obviously a very knowledgeable climbing crowd. You could hear people when the athlete starts to do the wrong beta, or beta that somebody else hasn't done before, the crowd goes silent, or you hear ooh.
Oh, sorry, but Oriane wants to spin, which is interesting. I think she's thinking about the move after.
End,
yeah. And Alex tried this boulder, and we all thought it was a 180 until the setters told us it wasn't. So it's interesting that she thought that.
Well, the way the foothold on the zone is set up.
Sorry,
that was really good.
Yeah.
The way the foothold and the zone are set up, it does appear to be one of those 180 moves that are so popular now that they really tried to make happen last night.
They really tried, didn't they? I've got to say, I'm not 100% convinced with the 180.
I'm not.
No, okay, good.
It's,
I'm glad we're on the yes, from
so
Oriane.
nice. But you can see, sorry, what I was going for is there's another foothold or hold just to the right of the zone, so I think that tells you that it's not the 180.
But
I think it's a foot cross through.
It's all about delicate blind feet here. Tiptoeing onto it, you've got to trust it and kind of fall, which she did. Her palms will be on the wall. Good work. Well, I'm glad she hasn't done the spin. This is much better. Oh no, hang on.
Oh, I think that foot cross is uncomfortable.
How good are our mics at this event, though?
Yeah. I love hearing this.
I love it too.
Even when you're climbing, you.
Oh,
nice.
Yes! Oriane looking casual, peers around the corner, easy.
Oh, so easy.
I can't,
Nice.
the setters did tell me it was kind of a spectacular jump at the end. No one's done it like that. Just is usually the way. But it is a great end problem to this. I was worried because when comps finish on a slab, I'm always like, I don't know, it's a bit of an anticlimax, but this is a good slab. What's the scores?
Can be.
Yeah, it can be. What's the scores? How is she? Oh, top spot.
Oriane's in top spot, and we've just got Natalia to go, so now they will medal.
Incredible in her comeback, eh? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. And it's been brilliant. I've loved watching her climb as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Amazing watching her. She's very intuitive on the wall, and you can really see that she does not necessarily what's intended, but what's certainly best for her.
This is almost Oriane showboated at the end. She was so casual with it. Nice and slow to finish things off. And provisional first. Natalia can do something about that, though, and in she comes, knowing what she needs to do. The crowd almost sort of like was a bit quiet for her then, respecting her as she came out. This is huge. Home comp, your first comp of the season. Can't get much better than this.
First comp after qualifying for the Olympics?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
True.
Well, that wasn't this year, though. That yeah.
No, but
That's
I
last
know what
year.
you mean. All right, Natalia. But she has got this knee tweak, and it is a knee-intensive move. Just to remind people.
I don't think it has to be as knee intensive as some of them are making it if you jump to standing rather than jump to a fully bent knee.
Okay. Ooh, that was a big fall though. And left knee got a bang there as well. And you can feel the crowd almost getting nervous for her here. They obviously, you know, one of their favourites for sure to take this.
Yes,
Of course,
definitely.
I'm being, you know what I mean? Definite, obvious favourite to take this. They're supportive of others, but they want Natalia to win this. 2:55 on the clock. Oh, no!
Oh,
That was just a moment lapse of concentration there.
I thought for a second she was kind of favoring her knee, but I think she was just...
Yeah, I think it was just a slip. Okay, she's in again. Hopefully that hasn't shaken her confidence.
Come on, Natalia. Just overshooting the foot there.
It's amazing that when an athlete lands on it and makes it work, it just looks easy, like a step, you know. And then you realise when you see them sliding off it how hard it is.
Kind of like any step across slab that you've done in the gym, too.
Yeah, yeah. When you nail it, you feel like a hero.
Yeah, but it really looks just like you
Yeah.
just stepped.
All right, Natalia now, this is where sort of champions are born, this moment. 2 minutes on the clock. You need to top the route. Steps down nice and gently here. Sets herself up for the spring, and she is in.
So good.
Right,
And that takes her to first.
this is first, so this is a victory end for her. Oh, she's missing that
Ooh.
middle one.
Well, she saw it. I think she...
Yes, yeah, but
Intentionally.
she touched it, yeah, and then
Skipping,
moved through.
yeah.
Skipping it, that's the word. It was in there somewhere, maybe. Now going back to it. You have to feel it, don't you?
Yeah, because you can't see it. It's
Yeah.
blind.
Oh, no. But it's still gold, but that knee, yeah, she's got to be careful of that.
And she still wants to top this boulder.
If I was Josh Larson, I'd just be like desperately wishing she'd stop climbing, you know,
Yeah.
just in case. Okay, up she goes. The minute buzzer goes. She'd love to finish this with a top, but we want to see it. Ooh, saves it. Left.
Amazing how after you learn a move, just it's so much easier the second time.
Yeah. All right, jumps the feet around, trusts the jib. She's going for that far one.
Yeah, didn't like a close one the first time.
As much. Oh, she's falling all the way down to the volume. Wow. Still going.
Wow, 25 seconds she'll get back on.
But she won't know it's enough, of course. She can't see the score.
She could, but she saw the scores in ISO. She might know,
Might have figured
but
it
she
out.
still just maybe wants to do the boulder.
Well, she's going to say goodbye. So in a minute, someone will tell her she's won. The judge will hold up the zone. She's almost not looking at the crowd just in case. USA photographer, now she looks up. Someone tell her.
Pan back to Natalia.
Come on, let's see. I want to see this moment. She's looking around for someone to tell her of what the score is. That knee hurting her.
Oh.
I think the smile is going to change when she knows she's got gold here. It's a slightly strange end to this competition. Well, she must know now. And she does there. There's the smile on her face. Oriane giving the hugs, but that knee is definitely giving her some chip, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not great to see. We had Gianluca last night and Natalia. Today is Nale's injury from the comp as well?
Yeah, same move as Natalia. But obviously Nale came back from another injury on a knee, but a different knee from that one.
Okay.
That's why she's been away for so long. But yeah, same move.
Oh, that was, okay.
Well, that was A pretty spectacular competition for the women and ends the last couple of days of really intense climbing. Yesterday was absolutely packed, today was busy as well. Let's get confirmation of these results. Natalia Grossman, top spot, brilliant from her. Oriane Berton and Nale in third. They are our podium finishers. Osh McKenzie in fourth, Brooke Rabatu fifth, and Mao and Nakamura in sixth. Wow, Alana, you kind of saved my bacon here by coming into the commentary box.
For like 3 minutes.
I know, I'm so sorry. The athletes were too quick. Like,
Yeah.
Alex was desperate for them to climb quickly so he could see it.
Yes.
You were like, please slow down. But I appreciate you coming in and joining me.
Of course, anytime.
Yeah, well, thank you. And look, once again, best luck for OQS soon. When do you fly out?
Thank you. I fly out Wednesday.
Okay.
I'm going pretty early, probably before most of the other athletes, because I don't do well with jet lag
No, it's
anymore.
horrendous. It's awful. So you're going to chill in Shanghai for a bit?
Yes, I'm very excited. I love Shanghai.
Yeah, it's a good place. Amazing food. So your
Yes.
plan is sort of, I would imagine, get there, chill, and then a couple of sessions, or are you going to take
Yep.
things easy?
No, I'll do a couple of sessions. It always helps me get over the jet lag. And
Yeah, and then it's time for the big
yeah,
comps of the year. Okay, well, look, best of
is.
luck with that. You're going to go and interview Natalia,
Yes.
but she's down on the front. So we'll just pause and leave you guys for a couple of seconds. That lady will come around the corner and join us in the commentary box. And yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
yeah. Thank you.
Well, congratulations to Natalia Grossman. The three ladies stand in the middle, flowers raised high. And the podiums will follow the interviews as per usual. And let me just tell you the schedule for the next couple of days. After this, tomorrow there's a bit of a break. These workshops that take place in the TC. And then after the workshops, well, we begin the paraclimbing process. Their first World Cup of the year. Classification, I think, takes place tomorrow. And then we get underway with qualies and then the finals. That's free to watch on YouTube, and it is a brilliant event always. So exciting to see the paraclimbers in action, and that is coming up over the next few days. Also a reminder of our daily show, Climbing Club, that's on YouTube. We started the show off with a vlog from Toby Roberts about how he travelled to the competitions. We've had chats with Alex Honnold's, interviews with route setters, and the next show coming up, Alex tries one of the slabs, and of course all of the highlights from the competition, that's on those shows as well. So head over to YouTube, subscribe while you're there so you don't miss any of the action. We've got lots of content coming at you over the next couple of days, videos from these workshops that are happening. So it's a good place to get involved if, like us, you're obsessed with competition climbing. There's Natalia talking to Josh Larson down at the front, which is slightly awkward because she's meant to be around the corner with us, having a conversation. I sent Alana off to go and interview her, but we can still see her on the screen standing there, so I don't think she's coming anytime soon. In fact, Alana, you might as well come back and carry on having a chat with me rather than standing looking cold, because Natalia clearly isn't being hustled to come around a corner and speak to you anytime soon, so we might as well carry on. Look, we talked the other day about like your plans after OQS and stuff, but I remembered something, which was a dream catcher, which I'm still obsessed by because it's still my dream route.
Come try it with me.
I think, I have a feeling it might be above my ability, you never know. But tell me a bit about that
Don't know until
route.
you try.
Yeah, possibly. But it's such an iconic route. Are you still aiming for that?
I'd like to yeah, do it one day. It's really hard.
Yeah.
I haven't really given any good goes on it. Well, I've only actually tried the bottom half of it. I think when I tried it, it was in the winter and the top was wet. It seeps a lot because it's kind of pin scars.
Yeah. And I've seen you doing a lot of clinics with like Terex, stuff like that, workshops. Is that teaching side? You seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, I really like it.
Also, I'm just looking at this moment with the two friends down there. That's nice to see, isn't it? Really cool. Yeah, you seem really good at the teaching side of it.
Thanks. I hope so. I don't know.
Otherwise, they're employing the wrong person to get you out of it. But yeah, so lots of workshops come, lots of outdoor climbing.
Yeah, August is a big month for workshops just because of the Arc'teryx Academy in Squamish. So they put on a big event, and all the athletes run these clinics, and they're full day long clinics, it's really long sometimes, but it's so fun.
Awesome. Well, look, I think Natalia is now arriving in the interview, so now you should go. But Alana, thank you again, and I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, bye.
Poor Alana, she's got to come back and forth all day today. I feel terrible right now. But staring at Natalia on the screen, knowing she wasn't going to come, I thought we might as well get her back in to have a chat. Well, Natalia will get ready for her interview. It's pretty close now. And then the podium, as you can see, being set up in the background before we will say goodbye to you. And a big thank you to everyone who's made this event happen. It's been awesome. All the volunteers, brushers, Team USA, always putting on a bit of a show for us here in the TC, which is a different kind of venue. Mainly that decision was made due to the weather. And it certainly played out quite well because it's pouring with rain and it was snowing earlier on. And that is why the speed comp as well was adjusted. So Alana is almost ready for our interviews. Interesting to find out what's been going through Natalia's head. And in fact, we are ready. So let's go and find Natalia at the front.
Natalia, congratulations. That was such an impressive performance. How are you feeling?
Extremely proud. The second climb in the final is something I've just been working on coordination so much these past few months, and to just have it pay off in the semi and in the final, I've never screamed or been like woo, and yeah, I was pretty psyched.
Yeah, I know, because I was down here a couple of weeks ago working a little bit with you on some coordination, so that was very incredible to see, and I saw how excited you were. Did it feel different, this being a home World Cup? What was the atmosphere like for you?
I mean, I always love the Salt Lake City World Cup and the crowd really hypes us up, especially, I appreciate it a lot. Very special to have my family here and to just be sleeping in my own bed, be eating my own food. It's really nice.
And I imagine that it must have been quite a mental battle for you on every boulder, hearing the tops coming left, right, and center. I assume you could kind of hear what was going on, and since everyone was going through so fast, and how did you deal with that?
Yeah, I definitely knew there were lots of tops, which just motivated me and made me think that the climb was possible and know that it was possible. So just believing I could do it, and I wasn't actually sure what the result was. I thought I had to top the last one. I wasn't sure if it was just zone or top, so yeah, didn't realize it for a second.
That's a great mindset to have when you hear everybody or lots of tops coming through. And finally, your knee. It looked like such a battle for you out there. We could see you grimacing, but still fighting through, and that was really impressive, especially on that last boulder. And how are you doing?
Yeah, after the semi, I was kind of unsure what would happen. So I told myself I'd look at the final boulders and then decide whether to compete or not, because I have bigger goals this coming year, and this is just a stepping stone, and so I didn't want to make anything worse. The last boulder was probably the least friendly thing I could think of, but I think the adrenaline and everything didn't feel it too much, and yeah, tomorrow will be a different story. but nothing's like torn or anything, or like I did all the testing, so just some pops.
Well, that's really good to hear. I hope you heal up well, and good luck for the Olympics later this summer. I'm really excited to see you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you to Natalia. Good to hear about that knee as well, and good to find out that it isn't too bad. But yeah, she will be sore tomorrow for sure. So hopefully ice baths or whatever athletes do nowadays to get themselves ready for the next day of competing. Well, as you can see, awards ceremony coming up, and we'll be joining you in a couple of minutes. So we're just waiting for our podiums to finish. The athletes are being start, I should say. The athletes are being gathered. So put us on in the background. I'll keep you updated. Oh, here we go. Look at that. It's like they heard me. The athletes are on to get those medals. Some gutsy women out there really battling through injuries, tricky psychological conditions to get it done. How fun was Alex Holland, eh? Great to have him in the commentary box. Cool to hear his insights, and also just how psyched he got. He was really into this, and it's good to introduce people who are sort of famous in our sport to this side of the sport and bring them into it more. So that was a lot of fun. Natalie Megan stands up. What a performance from her. She is back with a bang. Brilliant. It's so exciting when someone comes back into the comp scene and does that well. I mean, outrageous stuff from her. Bronze medal. Her teammates, Oriane Berton. Congratulations to her. She fought hard. That physical boulder behind us on the right, just getting away from her. Things could have been different. But that coach has got to be pretty happy with that one. Two of his athletes on the podium. And finally, we heard from her in the interview. We heard about the struggle of this competition, how psyched she was, the adrenaline carrying her through. Natalia Grossman from the USA takes a gold medal at her home World Cup. So in a minute, the crowd will stand and we will listen to the national anthem of the USA, which has got to be an incredible feeling at your own World Cup, hasn't it? Well, hands on hearts throughout the stadium. Natalia Grossman, with a wink to someone in the crowd, will say goodbye this evening, celebrating at the top. And a reminder, paraclimbing in a couple of days. Don't miss that. Free to watch on YouTube, so you can come and join all the fun, all the intense action from that event. And of course, the Climbing Club on YouTube, Instagram, all the other platforms. Follow us for all of the climbing content you could possibly want. That comp will be retired for now. We will leave Salt Lake City, move on to the next round, and hopefully you can join us there. My name is Matt Groom. Thank you to Alex Honnold for joining me over the last couple of days, and all of the commentators. We will return very, very soon.